And good morning, everyone, for Who Would Win. Today's Who Would comes to us from Patrick Herman, who asked the question, who wins in a fight? Alvin, from Alvin and the Chipmunks, versus Peter, from Peter Rabbit. Um, hmm. It's the battle of the rodents, essentially. Unfortunately, I don't know if I could go so far as to say this is a speed round, but I feel like it seems relatively obvious who wins. Because, with the exception of the animated chipmunks, Alvin is a chipmunk. Now, granted, they're chipmunks in the animated stuff as well. When I say animated, I mean the true animated, the original Alvin and chipmunks. But they were also like anthropomorphized, enlarged. They were still the size of kids. So despite the fact they're chipmunks, they're like giant ass human chipmunks. With the exception of that, at least from a physical perspective, Alvin is a chipmunk, whereas Peter is a rabbit. Physically speaking, Peter has the edge in just about everything. The only thing Alvin might have the edge in is agility and be able to kind of like just run around, attack him without Peter being able to really nab him. But that would be debatable. So, just in physicality, Peter probably wins. Unless we're going with the animated one, in which case, then you actually could make an argument for Alvin in that scenario. But there's the other side of the coin. Instead of brawn, let's talk about brain. Between the two of them, Peter is by far the smarter one. I mean, he does develop, at least, by the way, I just have the movie version here we're looking at, but if we're talking about the overall character. But if we're talking about just the movie, he does develop plans to try to, I believe, get the farmer to move. There were two different Peter Rabbit movies. I remember seeing one of them. And it was actually fine. But he is smarter and more quick-witted than someone like Alvin. Alvin isn't stupid, but he's not the brains of the trio. That would be Simon. Simon is the over-intelligent one. Whereas Alvin's kind of like the cool guy who doesn't have to study. Just that, he does what he wants. But that being said, he's not stupid. He can be kind of quick-witted, can think of a plan if he needs to. But on the whole, I'd give the intelligence to Peter. And that inherently leads to the ultimate issue in this fight, whatever you want to call it, is that no matter if you're dealing with the larger Alvin from the animated series or the standard-sized chipmunk Alvin from the the movies or just how you would normally look at him. Alvin is probably either going to be tricked in some way. He's going to either get flat out kicked in the face by Peter several times. So you might not think that's a big deal. If Alvin's the size of a normal chipmunk, that could just straight up kill Alvin. And if he's not, that would still hurt like hell. Rabbits are very strong. So you need to be careful. You move around rabbits sometimes. They are more or less, they're just animals at the end of the day. They don't really carry any special abilities is the problem, apart from being anthropomorphized to a certain extent and actually having human-grade intelligence. So, I'd probably lean towards Peter in this fight, if you want to call the fight. But if they were, say, doing something like playing basketball or something like that, I would actually lean towards Alvin here. That would actually, I guess this fight would really all depend on what the context of the fight, the versus, is. Because if the versus is like a game of like basketball with something on the line, or something on the line, then I'd say Alvin would win that fight because Alvin actually can play basketball, whereas Peter can't. But otherwise, if it's actual, I think most other fights of physicality, and be it a game or a fight, I'd probably lean towards Peter here. But this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.